Maharaj, in our life, sometimes some injustice has happened in our life, and we somehow or other feel it that this injustice has been happened, and then we come into Krishna consciousness and try to see to it that although any person who has done injustice in our life, we try to forget it, but still we see to it that we are not envious on that person, but we are not having loving relationship with that person. That grudge is still there in our heart for that person, and because that grudge is there, we are not cordial or we are not so much loving with that person. So, as you said, when you have problems, the only hope is to chant seriously and really serve the devotees. But when we are chanting, what Maya does it is, when we are chanting, the thought of that person comes exactly at that time, and fully our chanting gets disturbed. Although we want to overcome it out, yet we cannot overcome. Full chanting is disturbed. Naturally, for whole day is disturbed because our chanting is bad. Now we are struggling, but nothing works out. And this sometimes goes day after day after day. And sometimes we are going away from spiritual life very, very far away. We know the chanting is the only solution, but then there's nothing working out. And we are not able to take out that person from our heart because that grudge is there. We don't have envy, but that grudge is there. How to overcome this problem in our heart? Because that is making our spiritual life more disturbing.
Srila Prabhupada once said, you should not blame someone for being the instrument of your own karma. Tate nukampam susamikshamano bunjana evatmikritam vipakam. We may say it's an injustice. And on this plane of relativity, as far as we can perceive, yes, it is an injustice. But from a karmic perspective, perhaps it is justice. Perhaps you have caused other people pain in the past, and somehow or other this person is an instrument of your karma to bring it back to you. Or from another perspective, perhaps this is just the medicine you need to become more serious about your Krishna consciousness, to have to face this anartha. Krishna forgives us when we can forgive others. Let me ask you this. Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplaces with the intent to kill him. And he was begging and praying to Krishna, forgive them. Has anyone ever dealt with you like that? Prahlada, his father Hiranyakashipu. How many ways Hiranyakashipu tried to murder Prahlada? And every failed attempt, he was more determined to kill his son. Has anyone ever thrown you in fire? Fed you poison? Put you under the ocean and then place a mountain over on top of you? Thrown you on a pit of snakes? Have they done that to you? But Prahlada is begging the Lord to be merciful to Hiranyakashipu. This is the great souls. Narottam Das Thakur. There were people who were trying to kill him. Every possible way of undermining him, blaspheming him, ruining his mission. And he made them devotees. He didn't try to kill them. He tried to kill their demoniac mentality and make them into pure Vaishnavas. Ambarish Maharaj, Durvas Muni, from a hair on his head, created a fiery demon to kill him. Has anyone ever done that to you? But Ambarish Maharaj stood there with folded palms for practically a year, praying for the welfare of the person who tried to kill him. Why do you think these stories are continuously there in the Vaishnava literatures? Again and again. Practically every story is like that. Dhruva Maharaj, after he met Narada Muni, he was a great well-wisher of his stepmother, his father, his brother. It is because we're living in a world where people will inevitably mistreat us. We're living in a world where the more we try to do good, the more people will condemn us, will try to cheat us, will try to destroy us, whoever we are. They did it to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to Srila Prabhupada, to Prahlada Maharaj, to Ambarish Maharaj, to the Pandavas, to Lord Jesus. It's a worldwide universal principle. A devotee has no enemies, Bhagavad Gita said. But many people will consider the devotee their enemy. So when these situations come to us, just remember Nityananda Prabhu and Jagayan Madhai, Haridas Thakur, Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlada Maharaj, and so many others. Just remember them. They're the standard. Srila Prabhupada writes that one's greatness has to be estimated by his or her ability to tolerate provoking situations. These are provoking situations that actually are facilitating me becoming great if we just follow in the footsteps of the great souls. Mahajan, the great souls. So yes, there may be vengeance towards somebody who has done injustice to you, but never forget that person is a pure devotee of Krishna in essence, just somehow or other covered by a horrible disease and making him or her act in such an abominable way. You could make the greatest spiritual progress if you just pray for Krishna to bless that person and chant the holy names intensely, not only to overcome your vengeance, but chant the holy names with the intent, with the prayer that for Krishna to bless that person, to deliver that person. You'll go back to Godhead very quickly if you just do that. Much quicker than if you didn't have someone to forgive like that. You didn't have someone to pray for like that. So see it as a necessary opportunity that has come by the grace of God to deepen your own spiritual life. And if you see it that way and pray to respond in that way, then Krishna will shower his mercy upon you. But if you just see it in a very ordinary, mundane way, this person did this to me, and why did you do this, and I hate this person, I can't stop, then you just miss the chance. It's happened to every great soul. Why? To teach us how we should respond. It is a blessing.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.